गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of the universe. Let there be peace, let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Welcome to this Essence of Yoga Vasishtha study channel. In this, we are going to study the specific abridged version of Yoga Vasishtha, which has been very nicely carved by Swami Jnanananda Maharaj. And out of the shlokas, 32,000 shlokas, he has made it to just 1,798 shlokas to give us the essence of Yoga Vasishtha. So, what is the purpose of studying this Yoga Vasishtha? Is very simple. The Yoga Vasishtha gives stories inside the stories inside the stories to keep our mind tranquil, quiescent, cheerful, blissful, happy, contented, and over and above relax under all situations, under all conditions, 365 days, 24 hours a day. You'll be always blissful, and who doesn't like the stories? Stories are liked by young people, middle-aged people, old-aged people. Everybody likes these two stories, and this through these stories, the truth is revealed. The truth is revealed, and without knowing, we are getting slowly marching towards enlightenment. And beauty of these stories are nobody claims that I have given this knowledge, because there are only stories. All these 32 chapters, they are only stories. And how are these stories? One story inside another story inside another story. And this essence of a yoga vasishtha is meant for you and me, both the speaker as well as the listener. And this basically essence of a yoga vasishtha itself is you and me. So who is the person who is telling this Yoga Vasishtha? It is the Bhagwan Vasishtha Rishi who is telling into the Ram, and writer is Valmiki who is establishing truth. So, what is the learning here? Even if you are king ruling the whole world for a long period of time, yet you cannot discover fulfillment in life unless you do some contemplation, which will lead you to introvertness. It will make you think. So there are four gateways of liberation: tranquility, contentment, holy company, and inquiry. So any one of that which is going to come in a chapter, if you apply, you are going to get discover your true nature. And how we are going to go ahead? This basically Yoga Vasishtha is meant to practice ourselves. And when you practice, when we implement that in our life, it is basically a speaker is also addressing his own mind. People who are listener or maybe seeing this video subsequently will be benefited, but the first beneficiary is the speaker. The- So in this satsanga, the speaker is addressing his own mind, and when teacher says something, it is a direction to his mind first. So Yoga Vasishtha teaches us to practice through this Pauranic stories, beautiful stories, and through this stories the things are told easily and the point is communicated. The beauty of Yoga Vasishtha is you are not being taught and still you learn. We can demonstrate this knowledge only through the action. So whatever little fulfillment we get in our life, we get that fulfillment when we are in deep sleep snoring away. And what is that? During sleep, you are nobody, you are nowhere, and you are no one. And when you get up in the morning, what do you say? Oh, I am feeling fresh. If you have a very nice sleep, so you feel fresh. But this is in a sleep, in a dormant condition. This is very temporary. When morning, when you wake up, you start again your all activities of day and forget that you had a very nice sleep and you are in the blissful mode. In the similar way, although we are divine, we are not recognizing the same. We are not recognizing the divinity and our divine nature. Therefore, real seeker is born when he becomes aware of this. When he becomes aware, then the real seeker is born. So, what is the statement by Yoga Vasishtha? Whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you want it or not, you are divine. आप ईश्वर स्वरूप हो, आप ही वो हो. So then it is told now through this Yoga Vasishtha story or other lessons given by Vasishtha Rishi to Ram to get him out of that dejection mode. So some person may feel, how will I get liberated from this miseries of samsara or miseries of relative existence? What is this then? Rishi tells, Moksha Upaya Katha Shubham. So this is the story which will make you liberated. Vasishtha and Ram's dialogue will make you liberated. That means you will be living in the same world. You will be doing the same activities, everything you will be doing as it is. But then your mind will be very tranquil. You will be in a position to mind your mind. Because what is important in life is mind your mind. Peace of mind is very important. Don't allow this mind to have pieces of mind. Let it not run away from one place to another. So by this, we'll know our essential self, and therefore we'll have to listen this attentively. अपने को बहुत ख्याल देके इसको सुनना पड़ेगा. We have to get rid of all the upadhis and simply study to know the truth. कहीं अपने को लेक्चर देना है, कहीं भाषण देना है, you have to use some statement. No, no, no. It is not meant for that. And it's basically to make us Jivan Mukta. So we have to go to the stage of Jivan Mukta, and very nicely these stories have been told. And this, as I said, out of 32,000 shlokas, it has been now brought to 1698 shlokas by Swami Jnanananda Maharaj, and maintaining the continuity and retaining the flow of teaching without sacrificing the essence of this. And for your information, the Pandit Vrindavan Saraswati of Banaras has read this 165 times. So see the importance of reading this Yoga Vasishtha. And since we have gone through this Yoga Vasishtha stories once, when the Rama has got this quiescence and he attends the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and at that time Bharadwaj Rishi was also there. And then Bharadwaj Rishi asked the question to Vasishtha Rishi, when Rama has attended this stage of fulfillment, he knows the self, in fact, he has become the self, what will happen to us? So then Vasishtha Rishi is told to Bharadwaj Rishi, you repeat this, you do manana and nididhyasan, maybe 2-3 times you will have to do, because purity of mind of Rama and yours is different. So you will have to come out of that, which is the word, very Sanskrit word is called as vasana tanavam, thinning of vasana. You have to reduce your vasana over a period of time. Thinning of impressions from mind, it will not happen overnight. We have to work on the mind. And what is working on this mind? Contemplation. So study this, listen this. Simple rule is what? Wherever we are giving, whatever we are giving the importance in our life, that alone brings us the miseries in our life. So if we are giving unnecessary due importance to something, that will bring a miseries. So when they are attached to this objective world, that is the bondage. Be with everyone, but always remember that you are on a spiritual path. Don't become abnormal in the crowd. And we must abide in the truth. We are attached to the objective world. That itself is a bondage. So remain with everyone cheerfully, happily, and all that, and leave the matter there only. This is a small introduction before we start the essence of Yoga Vasishtha, which is a very soothing document and it brings us to the truth and to the reality. And the work derives the fact that it is a form of replies given by Vasishtha Rishi to the queries of Sri Rama, the Avatara, the hero, the famous epic Ramayana. So, relentless pursuit of truth and rational exposition of reality has been told here, and it's very poetic. So, we'll enjoy that. And so, what it has to say, we'll be starting the first sarga. We'll be seeing some shloka in that. So, first sarga, first chapter is Sri Nar Rama Nirveda, the dejection of Sri Rama. So, first topic is Bharadwaja Prashna, the question of Bharadwaj. So, we'll be seeing the English and some Sanskrit part of it. So, first shloka goes like this: Salutation to that truth principle from which all being shines forth and have their existence, and where alone they attain quiescence. So, what we mean by that? यथा सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्र वोपशमनं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः. So the truth principle has been saluted initially. The truth principle is saluted. How it is saluted? Salutation to that truth principle from which all being shines forth. So the whole world has come from that same one being and have their existence. That means Srishti, Sthiti, and when and where alone they attain quiescence. Pralaya, that is absorption. So this truth principle has to be saluted. So what is the purpose of reading this essence of Yoga Vasishtha? Liberation from relative existence. That means this relative world should not trouble a man. Any person should not be, whether it's a man or a woman, it should not be getting troubled by that. So the first shloka itself is a very important shloka, and which tries to tell, to understand that, then there is a word called as sutikshnu, extreme subtle understanding. So you have to be very attentive to listen this. The person who can read between the lines, which दो लाइन के बीच में का जो पढ़ सकता है, that is to study Yoga Vasishtha and get the essence that we are not what we feel like. We feel like we are body, but we are not that. So what it has been told here is, through the stories we are going to get the message. So what will be the real salutation? Real salutation is that in which we disappear and only truth remains. So if, for example, if the disciple has to salute the guru, so when disciple salutes the guru, it is not doing the dandavat pranam to guru and taking the blessings. In fact, disciple should listen to the teachings of guru and become one with the guru. So disciple disappears, he gets dissolved in guru, and what happens is only Shishya disappear and Guru only remains. So that's what has been said here. The Satyatmane principle. So duality which is apparent in the transactions of knowledge, that duality disappear. वो जो दो द्वैत द्वैत दिखता है वो चले जाता है. So here we'll take one more example. Waves will salute to the oceans. In that case, waves will disappear. And similarly, when the ornament salutes the gold, the ornament disappears. So through this, so many examples. So it has been stressed over here by Vasishtha Rishi when Bharadwaj question comes up. What is that? He has only said only one thing, that salutation to that absolute self, that is transcendent, immanent, one without second. वो एक ही है. वो एक छोड़ के, for Paramatma there is no inside and outside. Truth is all pervading. It is all pervading. He is illuminator of whole world. And he is very existence of the world. वो ही जगत में है, दूसरा कुछ भी नहीं है. So that's what the first shloka is trying to say. We'll again take some of the words from this first shloka. Satyatmane means truth principle. Pratibhanti means it is been manifested. So that truth is manifested as the Jagat. So Jagat, this Jeev, Jagat and Ishwar is nothing but the truth. Truth. So we are saluting to the truth only. We are not saluting to anybody else here. So world is otherwise an illusion. Changes are subordinated and changeless is recognized. तो चेंजेस जो हो रहे हैं जगत में, पुरुष स्त्री animals, plants, सब दिख रहे हैं. तो ईशावास्य उपनिषद very clearly says that you have to encompass all these jagat elements. Objectivities has to be made as subjective. That means we have to see the only divinity, only God. So it is unfragmented, undivided consciousness. It is nothing but the Almighty only. It has been manifested as like that, but it is nothing more than that. So what is net result? As much as we love ourselves, that much we'll start loving the world. उसका परिणाम क्या होगा अपने जीवन में? जितना अपन जगत को प्रेम करते हैं, अपने को प्रेम करते हैं, उतना ही जगत को प्रेम करने लगेंगे. As much as we love ourselves, we'll start loving the jagat. So what is that initial principle is? World is an illusion, neti neti. World is a Paramatma, iti iti. So whether you take it as a neti neti, this is not the God, this is not the God. So you'll come to know that this such everything is God. But then if you say iti iti, if you say iti iti, this is a God, this is God. So with that principle also you will reach to that same Almighty. And purpose of reaching that same Almighty is what? Purpose is very simple: to remain always blissful, cheerful, contented, happy, and relaxed and cool. And that's why we started again the studies of this. So effortlessly, as much we love ourselves, same love we'll have for the world also. So that's what has been tried to be told in the first shloka. Let us go to the second shloka. Salutation to him who is all pervading, who shines as the light of perception, illuminating the earth, sky, intervening space, my inner self, the outer self, and who manifests as all that exists. So he is Sarvatmane, Bahirantarscha. So the Vasishtha Rishi is teaching the salutation to the truth principle. Second principle is salutation to him who is all pervading. He is everywhere, who shines as a light of perception, illuminating the earth, sky, intervening space, my inner self, outer world, and who manifests as all that exists. यानी जो कुछ अपने को जगत में दिख रहा है, it is only he. There is nothing other than he, and that's what has been tried to be told here. And wherever you go, there you are. So you are trying to run away from yourself if you are trying to change the place. So it's basically you have to remain one with the truth wherever you are. That's what has been principle tried to be told here. And Vasishtha Rishi, beginning itself, initially the principle has been told. And this principle says clearly, when a salutation has to be made, then you have to dissolve. You have to become one with the Guru. You have to become one with that divinity. It is basically unfragmented, undivided consciousness that you should always remember. So, yatra yatra manojati tatra tatra samaya. So, wherever the mind goes, there itself is a divinity. So, with that consciousness, the second shloka has been told. He is all pervading. Where he is not, he is a light after the illumination. He is illuminating the earth. He is illuminating the sky. He is illuminating the intervening space, earth, sky, in between place. He is inner self of mind. He is outer world, and he manifested as all that exists. जो कोई दिख रहा है, it's his manifesting. उसका लीला विलास है. ये उसका लीला विलास है. And that लीला विलास we have to understand. So this 1 and 2 shloka is trying to tell what, when the question of Bharadwaja is yet to start, where the Vasishtha Rishi is telling what, if you want to really know the truth principle, it is so simple. And if you know the truth principle, and if you don't want to, if you have experienced truth principles, then there is no point going further, because you know that everywhere is all pervading and it is very much in your heart. And with that, you are seeing everywhere, and your vision is remaining 7 by 24, 365 days as it is. So then you will be always cheerful, happy, contented, blissful, and over relaxed. So there is no need for further studying. But then what happens is we have to do the contemplation. If we do this, so Shravan we have already made. Apane sun liya hai. Now Manan has to be done, and Nididhyasana. You have to bring that in practice. So Manan means you to continuously be after that, and then bring it in our practice, live practice. Unless we bring in the live practice, this is not going to help us. So how to bring it in live practice? Third shloka is going to tell us for who is supposed to study this Yogavaasishtha. So who is qualified for this thing? We'll see a short this thing. A person who is already knowing 365 days, 7 by 24, he is remaining in this blissful mode. For him, this is not there. The person who doesn't want to study and he wants to remain, enjoy, suffer in the sufferings, enjoy in the enjoyment, That means he wants to remain a Baddha Jew. It is not for him also. This is only for the person who feel is bound, he is in the limitations, and who wants to get liberated. That means in the same world, without changing everything, without changing any attitude, he wants to remain blissful, cheerful, happy, contented, and all that. He has to do this contemplation. How he has to do this contemplation, we'll see from the next third shloka. That is tomorrow onwards. With these prayers, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sri Ramachandra Arpanamastu. Submitting the divine fruits to the holy feet of Sri Ramachandra.